Today I'm going to be showing you how to take a drawing from Procreate, export it as a PNG, and import it to your Windows computer to vector using Inkscape to turn into an SVG file. When you're making a drawing in Procreate, it's really important that you use layers. Once you're ready to export your file, move all of your layers to where they are not on top of each other. This will make it an easier process to vector. Before you export, take all of your layers and turn them into a darker color so that Inkscape can auto trace them much more efficiently. Okay, now the first thing that you're going to do when it comes to exporting your file, you're going to go to this little tool up here. You're going to go to Share, and under Share, you have Share Image and these different options. You want to click on PNG. Once it exports, you're going to scroll down to where it says Save to Files. I always save my files under Jillian's Doodles, but you can have whatever folder that you want. That's just the folder that I know all of my unvectored things are. Go ahead and save it as whatever you want to name it. And click Save. Okay, now that it's done, I will see you over on the computer. Now that we're over at the computer, the first thing I want to show you is this option on support.apple.com. If you just Google search it, or I can link it below, you download your iCloud link for Windows. It gives you your drive right here on your quick access toolbar. So the first thing I'm going to do now that we have the file exported, you're going to go under your iCloud drive and go to wherever the folder is where you saved your stuff. And mine happens to be right here. So you're going to copy this and you're going to paste it onto your computer. I have a Jillian's Doodle file folder on my computer as well as on the drive. So it's just easier to keep everything all in one place. Once Inkscape opens, you're going to go to Open. You're going to go to wherever folder you put your file, and you're just going to click on the file, click OK, and it will pop up in a brand new window. Now I'm going to show you how to trace and prepare your file. First thing you're going to do now that it's open is you're going to go to Path, Trace Bitmap, and that's going to pop up this window over here. There's a lot of different options. I typically use either the brightness cutoff or auto trace, and you just click on all your different things. Once you hit apply, and it looks pretty good. I don't think I need to do it again, but sometimes it might not be crisp enough, or it may not catch all your different pieces. And with that, all you have to do is play with your settings a little bit, maybe change the threshold. There's a lot of different options. So see how it made it a little bit darker. You could turn it way down, and you'll see as you change some of your settings over here is going to show you what it might look like. So we're going to go ahead and close out of here, and I'll show you how I set my file up now that I have traced my pieces. Now that we have our pieces traced, if you click on your node button right over here in the corner, you'll see that this original image is a solid image, but these, when you click on them, have all these nodes. And all of these nodes, you can move around and edit and do whatever it is that you need to prep your file. This is how you know that these are successfully traced. We're going to select them, click on Path, and Break Apart. And when you break them apart, it breaks all of the pieces apart from each other. This is great, but this one we need to combine back together. So you can go to Path and select Combined, or you can go on your keyboard commands and do Control+K. So now it's back together. And for the time being, just so it's easier to see what pieces are which, I'm going to go ahead and change the color. For mock-up purposes, it's good to get your colors set. But when you're prepping for the laser, we're not going to end up using all these fill colors. We're going to just use stroke colors. But for right now, I'm going to take these colors and show you how I would get this to be a crisp, clean line and ready for the laser. So let's take our green leaf and maybe right about there is kind of pretty. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these two pieces here, select them. You're gonna go to Path, Difference. And what that does is it creates this outline like a puzzle piece. Copy this piece, undo. Sometimes I go back and change this color. This is the bad layer. Paste your new piece and it'll click right there on top. See how it just stuck right where I needed, boop, right like that. That's because we have over here, we have our node, I don't know what it's called, but our node magnet turned on. So now you can go ahead and delete this bottom piece. And now we have a crisp, clean outline that's ready for laser cutting. So what we would do in order to get these ready for the laser, go to your fill and stroke options, turn off the fill, turn the stroke paint on, and make sure that your strokes are all the same size. I usually do 0.200 millimeters. Now what you want to do, now this doesn't usually matter because all of these pieces are going to be cut. However, if you have different things, like say you want something engraved or scored, you would want to go back and change your colors so they're all different. Let's make this one red. This could be blue. This one could be green. And then that way the laser knows that each of these are different depths that we need to take when we are lasering them. Also, if you wanted these to all be the same, you want to make sure that all of the color numbers are exactly the same. Otherwise, the laser will see it as 3 different colors. So now what we would do is save our document, and it's already going to save as an SVG, but we'll go ahead and do Rose tutorial, save it. Okay, now that we're in the laser workspace, we're gonna click on Create, Upload from File. And from there, you're going to open wherever you saved your SVG. It'll pop up just like that. And now see how this is a solid piece, but it's still a single cut line. So you want to make sure that this is all the correct size. Set your settings, which let's just go to basewood, plywood, and all of it, because it's the same color, is set to cut, and we're ready to go. In this part of the tutorial, I want to show you how to do a single line cut. Before you start, you want to make your 2 pieces 2 different colors so it's easier to see. Now, instead of me having to separate these out and cut it like this on the laser, I would rather it take a lot less time and be easier to put back together if it was all just like this. Now, if we leave this line here, that is going to be a double cut line, and then your laser could catch fire. That's dangerous. So what we want to do is turn these into a single line. So the first thing that you can do is select both of the nodes that is connecting the 2 pieces together at a crossroads. I guess we could call that overlapping or a crossroad. Take those 2 nodes, and you're going to go up here to your toolbar, break path at selected nodes. From there, this path is no longer a thing. It's broken. So you can go back and delete all of the nodes that are in between, and now you have a solid line. So your laser sees this as a piece to cut and this as a piece to cut. One other option that you can do, called the cut path. You would take both of your pieces, you would go path and select cut path, and from there it will take all of that and break it all apart. So you just highlight what you don't want, click delete, and just like that. And now you have a single line cut 2 different ways. And now your file is ready for laser cutting. Now that we're ready to export our file, we want to go back over and double check our colors before we save our file and upload it to the Glowforge workspace. Before we save the file to upload to our Glowforge, we want to go back and make sure that each color is the same. If you want to cut, make sure all of them are the same color of red. If you want to score, try pink or blue. It doesn't matter what color as long as each color per step is the same. That way, on the side panel in your Glowforge workspace, it'll be a lot more optimized and easier to organize. Now that we're back inside of the laser workspace, take a look at the side panel and see that all of our steps are now optimized because of our colors. So now you see we have the initial single line cut rows, and then we have the new one that we just made that has the outlines that are cut and this purple line that we're going to set to our score line. So now that I have taught you how to export a PNG file from Procreate, upload to the cloud and onto your Windows computer, I've showed you how to vector using Inkscape, make single line drawings, and score lines. Hopefully all of this information can be a little bit more helpful for you as you go about your journey to creating your own files for your clients and for your future projects. I do apologize for my less than professional means of showing you my screen. However, I do not do this on a regular basis and I am self-taught. I really hope that everything that I've showed you can help you. If you do need any assistance, feel free to reach out and I hope you have a great day.